The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains coarse language and sexual themes that may be deemed over the top, as well as my own personal views. Please note all characters of the show are fiction and are not targets of anyone or anything, but are made up for complete satire.
It's back, bigger and badder than ever. Hit the music.
Hello, my masters, and welcome to the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. We are on episode 31 of the Sky Genie Show. Now, due to this week, I am currently not going to be able to watch Raw or SmackDown, so there'll be no reviews of Raw and SmackDown. I also haven't had time to do some backup shows for Holiday Edition, so this episode will be purely my thoughts and some feelings on some topics in professional wrestling. Now, this could go 5 minutes, this could go an hour, however long. I'll try to put out a good show, but then you're listening to the worst show ever. Remember that. It's not like I use it for a fucking marketing tool or fucking anything like that. Oh wait, maybe I do. But anyway, let's cut to the chase and get into the first topic, shall we? One thing I keep hearing is about WWE using part-time talent to draw for WrestleMania, instead of letting the full-time talent do it themselves. And people get pissed by it, but then there's a reason for that. And it's because the guys that are currently full-time, most of them don't sell. Most of them don't draw. And that's nothing against them or any of their talents. That is actually more WWE's fault. Let's look at this from a whole perspective. Every time you listen to an interview of a wrestler or somebody in the WWE, they are not looking directly into the camera. They look up, they look down, they look left, they look right, they look in space, they look underwater, they look at Yuck Nasty's tiny penis, they look everywhere but the camera. And to me, that's a huge, huge thing that often gets overlooked. Because there's meant to be a connection between you and the guy that's meant to be the babyface. The role of a heel and a babyface are distinctive. First off, a babyface. He's the good guy. He's the guy you cheer for. He's the guy that you support going into battle to fight these evildoers called the heels. The heel's job is to be the most despicable, hateful people that you've ever seen, met, or known. They are not supposed to be cheered in any form of fashion. These are meant to be low-life scum that go against your country, steal your girlfriend, rape a girlfriend, beat up your best friend, whatever. Whatever is the most despicable thing you could think of, that is a heel's job. The babyface, because for the babyface, he's sticking up for you because you want to punch that heel in the face. You want to beat up that heel so badly because the heel makes you feel like a piece of shit. And what the babyface is supposed to do is to be that guy that can fight for you. Because you being the fan, you are here, and oftentimes they are there on TV somewhere over the world. Might be different if you're there live, but let's face it, you got security there, so they'll stop you before you get into the ring. That is where the babyface comes in. He's going to fight that battle, but he needs to talk to me. When he is doing a promo or an interview, he, looking at the camera, he is talking to me. It is you, the viewer. His job is to sell, because he is a salesman. He is selling the product. He is going to sell you why that you should be supporting him to beat that heel. That's what the babyface's job is to do. Problem is, and it's definitely with Roman Reigns, he doesn't want or need my help. He doesn't need my support. And you go cheering for the heel because he seems cool. And he will interact with you. Even though he's calling you a piece of shit, he will interact with you. Calling you idiots, treating you like shit. But also, it's not just for the people on camera, it's people in the building as well. When, in the Attitude Era, when you went to a WWE event, you went because the fans felt that they were part of the show. And it's probably before the Attitude Era. The fans felt that they were part of the show. You were singing along with the New Age Outlaws. You were singing along with The Rock. So you had that. And a mixture of the badasses fighting like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Finding sympathy for a Mick Foley. Hey, oftentimes if you're a little rebellious, he'll give a little DX action. WWE really wants to get somebody over. And they must start doing fan interaction again. Because otherwise, you lose your audience. And when you claim every fucking week that we do everything for the fans and you don't, then your fans turn on your product and become disinterested. And that was my first rant. I didn't know if I should do this for this episode of the Sky Genie Show. I mean, it's probably a sore topic at the moment for the Genie Jr. update. For those who might not be ready for a Genie Jr. update, for those upset about the llama and his child, and by the way, it wasn't me. Was not me at all. Then I will not feel offended if you skip this bit to the next part of the show. But for those who are interested in the idea of a Genie Jr. update, well, I do have one. And it's this. I'll give the other ones the time to skip it. Okay, here it is. Here is the update. Oh, he's fine. He found another llama. He's fine. Everything he was doing before the other llama, he's doing to this one now. I mean, fuck, it's like he has a fucking closet full of them. I mean, he is a special boy. And there'll be more right after the break. If you're looking for a very professional show to listen to the Solomonster Sounds off. His show, smokes this one entirely, is a very informative show. Join Jason Solomon as he gives his thoughts on the current events of professional wrestling. Catch his show on Podbean, Stitcher or iTunes. Also check out Jason Solomon's YouTube page where he does extras for pay-per-view shows or interviews with wrestlers in the business. Jason has interviewed the likes of Diamond Dallas Page, Bob Hardcore Holly, the legendary Jim Ross, and even Booker T. Definitely a show worth checking out. For interesting discussion and debates on professional wrestling, check out Johnny Florida, Michael Corvin, and Old Man Jenkins on Wrestling's National Committee. They talk a wide range of topics on the world that is pro wrestling. Check them out on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Are you looking for a good laugh? Then check out Getting the Corner. Getting Da Corner. Da Corner. Dark Corner with hosts Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Check them out on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Welcome back to the Sky Genie Show. Now, just before you heard the Genie Jr. updates, like I do pretty much every episode, I'd like to announce with that will be the last for a little while. The Genie Jr. gag was a thing I started pretty much in the wrestling soup chats. Like, I'll go in the whole origin of the Sky Genie name and everything. So, just like most of you, I was listening to podcasts like Jason Solomon and Don Tony and Kevin Castle. One day, Mish and Joey came on to the DTKC show because they were returning. And through Don Tony and Kevin Castle, I started listening to Wrestling Soup. Like most of the fans, you just have fun in the chat rooms. And there was a running gag Mish was going with it was over a fair bit of a while, where he was bringing up this Sky Genie. So me being me, thought it might be pretty funny if I took the Sky Genie name and be a bit of a smartass. Mish brought up things about the Sky Genie, something like, "Where are you, Sky Genie?" or something like that. I would just put in the chat, "Yeah, I'm here, fine. What's the problem?" Like stupid shit like that. Then sometimes before, after the show, you'd interact with other people in the chat room. And I developed Genie Jr. Of course, Sky Genie and Genie Jr. are a takeoff of God and Jesus, although I never preach it. And the idea for Genie Jr. was to go way overboard with just stupid shit. Pretty much with a running gag that Genie Jr. is a constant disappointment, and who happens to be a 34-year-old retarded kid who likes to eat glue and have sex with llamas. The one thing you'll find about me is I like to create characters, and I try to give them their own unique personality. Like with Creepy Jimmy, when I was doing those stupid commercial things, each would have their own traits. So Creepy Jimmy was just the most creepiest dude you could think of. He'd be the type of dude that would go sniff your chair after you got up, or he'll be the dude looking in your bushes into your window. He'd be that guy. Rusty Outdate is a guy who is behind the times. And I figured it'd be pretty funny, hey, what if this guy pulled out an antique radio and said, "Look, this is brand new." Pretty much a play on Jim Cornette, kinda. So when I changed the format up, I decided to take those commercials out and put the shows in the shows that I like to watch. None of them have asked me to promote them, but I do it anyway. I don't ask them to promote back. I could care less. If they love the show, hate the show, whatever. So I was missionary one day because another joke that I tried to do was the Sky Genie Show on Mixlr. And the running joke I had with that was that it was going to be the best show off air. What's the Sky Genie Show about? People would ask. So I would say, oh, you click on and listen to the show. And if it seems like it's off air, it's because it actually is. Sorry, it actually is. You can see I've come a long way. I'm starting to get comfortable with my fuck-ups. Comfortable with my fuck-ups. Yeah, it happens a lot. Anyway, but I've always been thinking in the back of my mind, what if I did a show? Part of the reason I was pretty scared to do it, one, when I didn't know what the fuck how to use Skype, and two, how would I sound live? Because I do not have a radio voice, and I proudly admit that, and I had absolutely zero fucking confidence. Till it was Mish one day in the chat just said, why not give it a shot? So I did. The one thing I'll say about this show is that I do try to make it different. I'm only one person, so I have to make up for the lack of skills, if that's the best way to put it. When the nerves are gone, I have a sharp wit. Now that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable on the microphone, I'll start to bring that out a lot more as I go on. Trust me, it'll feel like nothing soon. I'm even trying to go live. Can you imagine me live? fuck, eh? The other things I like to do, especially with social media or my website, I try to do a lot of things different with that too. At the moment, I haven't really come up with other things to do, but I like to do something different. So if you go to my Facebook page, there's something different and interactive. If you go to my Twitter page, there's something different for that. Go to Instagram, which I never update. I try to do something different with that. And with my website, I want to make that fun and interactive too. So with the show, there's always ideas swimming around my head of things that I want to do. So I've also been thinking of doing something pretty out of the box too, which I've probably said in other shows. So I want to see if we can get other shows and on a network that we could sort of get out there, and not like do a thing like WWE Network where you have to pay for it. I mean, fuck that. Why would you pay for low rent podcasts or shows like this one? But maybe to help out other podcasts, because I don't believe there's really that much to do with competition in podcasting. It's all pretty much, hey, we'll give you a hand if you give me a hand. I mean, I listen to shows like Wrestling's National Committee, Get in the Corner, Wrestling Soup, and all them. Everyone's willing to give a hand. But wouldn't it be a cool idea if we had some sort of a network that sort of helps promote each other? So if somebody's getting more, hey, there's a Sky Genie show, hey, there's this show, then we can try and build a bigger audience for everyone else while helping someone else as well. A lot of crazy stuff like that. But getting stuff off the ground and people that want to do it, that's another thing. I also believe one step at a time. Don't rush it. So that is pretty much the origins of the Sky Genie Show and how it came to be. Now, as for the Genie Jr. updates, I don't plan to have them gone for good. I plan to more put them out randomly. So I could have one next episode, but then I could probably have one not till episode 40 or episode 50 or episode 69. 69, dude! Now, don't go away. There'll be more after the break. For fans of the Sky Genie Show, please also make sure to check out Wrestling Soup. They drop at 9:30 on Thursday. Join hosts Anthony Missionary Thomas and Joey Numbers as they lightheartedly talk about what that's happening in professional wrestling, as well as other current events. While over there, please make sure to check out the Saturday morning shitbox. Have your voice and question heard as Mish and Joey answer questions on their thoughts of professional wrestling or anything else going around in the world. That show drops on Saturday morning-ish. The weeks it doesn't air is because they're doing pay-per-view Sunday. Yes, whenever there's a WWE pay-per-view, Mish and Joey usually review it, sometimes with John Draper. They also have shows on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch the boys live, check them out on Mixlr. For my masters who are wondering if there will be Sky Genie shows throughout the Christmas New Year period. So sorry. Not for the normal show, but check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie Show. There you will find I review old wrestling shows from the past. I review them to today's standards. And to make it interesting, I won't even know what I'm reviewing until I do it. Of course, I'll know before you, because I have to record the fucking thing, don't I? But it's filled with gags and more as well. So check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie Show right here on my channel here on YouTube. For fans of the show, please also check out the Don Tony Kevin Castle show. Don Tony and Kevin Castle show is a hard-hitting, with brutal honesty type show, as they give their views on the world of professional wrestling and WWE. They're also on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch them live, listen to them on Mixlr. And welcome back to the Sky Genie Show. Honestly, thank you all for listening to my show. If you like the show, please share and help get other people to like it, or to even check it out. So something that people might not know about me is that I am a huge fan of metal, rock, grunge music. I'd say I'd be about 7 when I started getting into music more commonly. And my sister, sadly, who is deceased, introduced me to music in a various fashion and introduced me to Silverchair, who was my first favourite band. It was whenever the song Freak came out, so it was between 7 and 9. And it snowballed from there, because then I got into bands like Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, Korn, Offspring, Green Day, a lot of those mid to late 90s post-grunge alternative bands that were around at the time. My first album was the hot dog flavoured water with Limp Bizkit. Even though I'm a bad singer, me and my brother know pretty much every fucking song on that track. I mean, we played it so much because I think I was 12 at the time when I was allowed to actually buy a CD. And that was the first one I bought, was a Limp Bizkit album. Say what you will about Limp Bizkit, but hey, that was what I liked at the time. Just think, people are fondly going to say how they were listening to Justin Bieber and how awesome he was. Sad, isn't it? But anyway, of course you get in the early 2000s, and that's when all your rap sort of Eminem was becoming big. I didn't mind Eminem until it came to the song Stan. And holy fuck, am I sick of that fucking song. Well, I was back then. Nowadays not too much, because every fucking week that song was on non-stop. It's like, oh my god, get the fuck off the TV. Because I heard that, seen the movie with 8 Mile, da-da-da-da-da. Then, you had your Eminem wannabes. All these kids at school that would dress like him, act like him, talk like him. I mean, talk fucking normal, hey? I swear to God, some kid walked up to me one day going, oh, yo, dog, fucking yo, dog, or fucking me, dog, dog. I was like, what the fuck did you say? He'd be like, nah, motherfucker, I play with my balls and smack my bum. Yeah, no, dog, we're chill. Yo, I'm like, shut the fuck up. He tried to fight me. Oh, yeah, motherfucker, gonna bust a cap in your ass, gonna fucking do this. No, all the stuff I'm saying is cliche. I have no fucking clue what the fuck he said. And I fucking punched the guy in the face. He goes down and starts crying. But I used to enjoy the rap scene. And even my buddy who is into rap is currently living in America, married. And I'm pretty sure does shows. And if you're in Florida, you might know him as Jester. Like, I used to go over to his house and sometimes do muck around recording sessions. Fucking, I'm a horrible white rapper. Yo, dog. And if Yuck Nasty is listening to this, no, I do not have the balls to challenge you to a battle rap. Sorry. Those days are done. Thank God. Then, one of my sister's partners one day introduced me to 80s rock. Especially Guns N' Roses. And that just set me off for rock and metal music, because the next was Metallica, then it was Nirvana. I was kind of already into Nirvana, but more so at this point. I got into Wasp, which is pretty fucking sick band. It's pretty much old school music I'm pretty much into, with old school rock and metal and all that. But between all that, I started listening to a little bit more underground stuff, with no-level bands, and it's absolutely things I love with that genre. I resonate with a lot of it. And it's actually to the point I'm a pretty harsh critic as I am on wrestling with music. Like, along the way, I've picked up things while listening to bands live that would surprise a lot of people. I can find holes in people's songs. I can find holes in lyrics. I can tell when people are fucked up. It's one thing with bands. They are able to sort of create when they do fuck up, and I can point that out. But what they will do, they'll disguise it pretty well to the point that you don't even know that they fucked up. And it's little talents like that, and it's easy when I pick up a song with that. I would judge it like a piece of meat. Songs nowadays, I don't even touch ones that are on the charts. There's no emotional passion behind it. It's all poppy shit. What I mean by poppy shit, it's all corporate music. It's not, and a lot of the stuff I listen to is corporate too, but a lot of it resonated, and a lot of stuff that now doesn't resonate with anyone. And that's another debate I'll get into another time, but I think I'll end it here. Now I'd like to thank you all for listening to this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Later on in the week, I will do pay-per-view predictions. I believe it's this week. For the Elimination Chamber, what I might do is try to see if Johnny Florida and Yuck Nasty want to do it with me, or somebody else wants to do it with me. That's fine. Just give me in contact, and we'll do a show. We'll probably even do it live if we really want to do it. But I'd like to thank you all for listening to the show. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. My website is skygenie.weebly.com, and put skygenie.weebly.com. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, go to the Sky Genie Show page. You can pretty much talk about whatever you want in there. I don't really give a fuck. And even though I talk about wrestling, I'm not just wrestling like I did for this part of the show. I did put a rule in there though. If you I don't mind people posting their shows or their pages or whatnot, as long as you promote the show back on your page and show and whatever. I mean, I believe that's fair. I mean, I'm not asking anything else of anybody. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's SDD916. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Hit the music.